Yep.
Excitement about that at all? What are you looking forward to?
I'm super excited. I actually played there when I was 12 years old at halftime of a Wizards game, so that's it's kind of nostalgic going back there. Been to a couple of Wizards games, so that's cool as well. And yeah, I'm super excited. My whole family's gonna be there, so I haven't seen a lot of them in a long time, so it's gonna be nice to see them too.
Is there familiarity since you've played in that arena? You know, people talk about shooting in those arenas. Does that give you an advantage?
Yeah, a little bit. I think I scored like 5 points, so that'll be cool. I definitely know how to put the ball in the rim on that court.
Ish, congrats on ACC Sixth Man. When you go back to when Coach moved you from the starting lineup to six man role, how did you take that, and how did you grow from that kind of move?
I think just putting the team before yourself was the biggest thing. I mean, my whole objective was to come here and win, and his plan was for me to come off the bench at that time, and I accepted the role, and I thrived at it. So just accepting your role, no matter what it is, and being the best at it is something I tried to keep at the forefront of each performance.
Would you say that was easy or difficult to accept right away?
It's a little mix of both, honestly, because obviously everybody wants to be a starter, everybody wants to do X, Y, Z, but like I said before, just putting the we before me is something that is just, I guess, ingrained in me, and yeah, it worked out. It worked out for the best.
I mean, in the game since then, you're still averaging like 30 minutes per game, right?
Mm.
So, does it matter to you guys as much about like who's on the court for tip-off as it does like how much you're actually playing, like how you're, you know, what I mean, you're still playing like starter minutes, right?
Right. Just at the end of the day, just coming out with a win is just the biggest thing, because nobody gets the credit they deserve if we don't win. So that was just our main thing, was just winning.
Ish, what changed, do you think, and how much of a role do you feel you played becoming that sixth man when you guys were 1-5, and then it started to snowball in the other direction?
Can you repeat that question? My fault.
Maybe no. I mean, what changed it? You guys were 1-5.
Mm.
You switch out to sixth man. How did you guys get on this roll, and how has it continued?
We got on the road, and I think the road games, Duke and Georgia Tech, really got us comfortable with being on the road and figuring out what it looks like, what winning looks like, and then after that we just took off, and we repetitively did the necessary things it took to win each and every time.
Ish, you guys are the fourth seed in this tournament, but there's still outside conversation that you might need to do more to potentially get in the NCAA tournament. What do you say to that kind of thing, where you're in a power conference and you're a top four team regular season? You think, and people are saying there's still more for you to do. What do you say to that kind of thing?
Honestly, everybody's gonna say what they want to say, but me and the guys, we know what we have to do to win, and that's what we're gonna do. Honestly, we're gonna go down to DC and take it one day at a time, one game at a time, and just chip away each day, and we'll be fine if we just take it one day at a time.
You guys talk about those things amongst yourselves,
About,
like what your tournament hopes.
I mean, everybody's goal is to win the tournament, but for us, just looking short term, just keeping it like a day by day approach is good for us, because looking too far ahead never ends well, and looking at the past at what we did, it really doesn't matter in the ACC tournament. So one day at a time approach, and I think we'll be fine.
Ish, what does it say about Pitt as a program that you guys have now had two back-to-back Sixth Man of the Year, and what is it like for you to be part of that legacy?
It speaks to the culture and the consistency of the coaching and the players. Honestly, Coach Cape, he had a plan, and we executed that plan, and he's a great basketball mind, and we trusted him 100%. He trusted us, so that's the result of it. Two back-to-back 21 seasons.
How do you approach not knowing who you're going to play in a couple of days? It could be one of three teams by this point. Do you kind of keep your attention on each three, or how do you do that kind of thing?
I mean, we play all three, so we have a good scout. We have a good idea of what each team is going to do, and then our coaches, they do a great job of prepping us before each game, giving us pointers on who does what and ball screen coverages and X, Y, Z. So the X, Y, Zs will be taken care of. We just got to go out there and play hard. That's the bottom line for us.
Ish, go ahead.
Well, when you first got here, you know, we talk a lot about chemistry and culture here. What did you observe about the culture in this program, the chemistry in the locker room, and how they kind of brought you in?
It was tight knit, honestly. It was like a brotherhood, and that's something I really appreciated, because it just makes everything on the court easier when you know your brother has your best interests and vice versa, and you know the coaches, they have your best interests at heart. But I felt that on my visit, and I still feel that to this day. So that's just big to have with on court chemistry and off court chemistry. Just it makes things easier.
Ish, when you decided to come to Pitt, could you have expected or planned for the impact you would have had for this team? Did you think about that at all?
I wanted to come here and obviously win. I speak about that a lot, but I guess I could say, yeah, I'm proud of the impact I had on this team. I consider myself like a laid-back type of leader. I'm not the hoorah type. I'm more of the lead by example type, and I feel like everybody is just came together for the greater good of this program, and it's showing each night.
How have Bub and Jalen grown as people since the start of this season, being freshmen thrown into the fire, so to speak?
Yeah, they've always been great. I said this before. They've always been great basketball players. It was just a matter of time for you guys to really see how good of basketball players they are, and they put that on display each night. And I'm super proud of them. Like you said, throwing the fire, freshmen in the ACC, and they took that head on. They were sponges. They wanted to learn. They wanted to know. They wanted to get every advantage they could before they stepped on the floor. And when they got on the floor, they just showed everyone that they belong here.
Were you shocked not to see Jalen Lowe on an All-ACC team?
Yeah, honestly, that was very surprising to me. I know the impact he had on our team, and not to speak on other guys, but I saw some of the other guys on the list, and it's my bias, but I also just speak very highly of J-Lo, and I think he definitely deserved to be on that list.
Yes, I know these are technically neutral site games, but you guys have been pretty good outside of this building this year. What do you attribute that success to?
Honestly, like I said before, just learning how to really win on the road. Like it's not easy to be in a new environment and bring that same energy, bring that same oomph every time. And I think we just really got the code and followed the code each time we got on the road.
When you talk about being like a tight-knit brotherhood, does that help you on the road too, that you're in an uncomfortable situation, you're away from home, you guys maybe like can lean on each other a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. Because when we go on the road, it's kind of like a us versus them and their fans type of thing, and maybe even sometimes the refs. So we know nobody's going to have our backs but each other. So that's kind of, we really do lean on each other in these moments.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Yeah.
you.